Hello everyone, myself Dhanendra, student of ICCA, studying at Davangere. So today's topics are data, information, database, Dbms and Dbms languages. So what do you mean by data? So data is raw facts and figures. These have very little meaning until they are stored or they are used to make calculations. The process of sorting or calculating data is called data process. So data is nothing but it is a collection of raw figures and facts. So by using the data we can process it and find the information. So we cannot make decisions depending on data. We need to process the data to make decisions. The second one is information. Information is nothing but the processed data. We can make decisions depending upon information. Next is database. Database is nothing but database is the collection of raw data. So we can reuse it. So database is nothing but collecting all the database is the place where we store all the collected raw data. So we use the collected data for further necessities or to process the data to get the required information. So what is Dbms? Dbms stands for Database Management System. As the name says, it is a system which manages the data in the base. So we use Dbms to manage the data which is stored in the base. So to manage the database, we need some languages. To store the data or to access the data within the base, we need some languages to interact with it. So the languages in database are the database languages are. In this session, we are going to know about 4 languages. First one is DDL, Data Definition Language. Second one is DML, Data Manipulation Language. Third one is DCL, Data Control Language. And fourth one is TCL, Transition Control Language. First one is Data Definition Language. As the word says, definition means defining how the data should be stored and the definition and defining the structure of data. So we need commands to operate this data definition language. First one is create command. It is a command which we use to create object or the structure of the data where we store the data like table, index, functions, views, etc. Second one is drop command. So this drop command is used to drop the objects or delete the objects from the database. So when we create the objects, if it is not necessary, we need to drop it. So use drop command. And third is alter command. If we need to make any alteration in the structure or in the objects, we use the alter command to alter it or to change it. And the last one is rename command. It is used to rename the object existing in the database. If you had named the object in the database, we can rename it using rename command. So we use all these commands using SQL language to operate. So this is all about data definition language. So the next one is data manipulation language. The word manipulation stands for making changes or changing something is called manipulation. So we use this to manipulate the data inside the table. So we need certain commands to manipulate the data. The commands are, first is insert command. We use insert command to insert the data inside the table. If we have created a table like row and column, so we should insert the data inside the table. So to insert that, we use insert command. Next is update command. If we have inserted something wrong or if we have missed inserting something, so we use update command to correct it. and third one is delete command. So we use delete command when it is necessary to delete that entered data inside the table. And this is about data manipulation language. So next is data control language. As the word says, control, so it gives us the permission whether to grant or revoke the permission for the users to control or to change or to alter the data inside the table. So there are two commands. First one is grant command. This command give user access to the database, so we can control whether the user should control the data or not. So by giving the grant command, we give the permission to the user to make any changes inside the data, and we use revoke command to take back the given condition or to take back the given permission from the user. This is all about data control language. And third is transition control language. TCL stands for transition control language. So transition is nothing but it is a set of tasks. It is a set of tasks begins with specific task and ends when all the tasks in the group successfully complete. So transition is nothing but transaction is a group of set of tasks. If the task goes wrong, it is successful, and if the task goes wrong, it is failure. So there are 4 commands in TCL. First one is commits a transaction. It means if the transaction goes right, we will use a commit command to make the transaction successful. Second one is rollback. If the transaction goes wrong or if any task is failed to complete, use the rollback command to roll back the transaction. Third one is save point. If the transaction is successful, we use save point to save that transaction. So this is all about today's topics. Thanks for watching my video.